Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're breaking down a huge battle in the world of web development. The established champion, Webpack, versus the lightning-fast challenger, Vite. So let's get right into the source material and see what all the fuss is about.
Okay, let's kick things off with a number that honestly makes every developer I know do a double take. 15x. According to the data, that's roughly how much faster Vite's development server can be. And that incredible speed is exactly why everyone in the dev world is talking.
So why does any of this even matter? Well, to get it, you've got to understand the problem these tools are trying to solve. Modern web apps are not just a couple of files anymore. We're talking about a complex web of hundreds, sometimes thousands of files. JavaScript, CSS, images, libraries, you name it.
And that's where a bundler comes in. Think of it like a professional organizer for your code. It takes this giant, complicated puzzle of files that you, the developer, are working on, and it intelligently squishes them down into just a few highly optimized files that a browser can actually understand and run super efficiently.
And for a long time, Webpack was the name of the game. It's incredibly powerful, super flexible, and it has been the engine running behind the scenes on so many websites you use every single day. It was, without a doubt, the undisputed champ.
But you know what happens? Projects get bigger and bigger. And suddenly developers everywhere started feeling the same pain, asking the same question. Why is my dev server so slow? You'd save a file and just wait. That little bit of friction, over and over, created an opening for a totally new approach.
All right, so the core difference here, it's not just some tiny technical thing. It's really two completely different ways of thinking. And to make it super simple, let's talk about pizza. Are you making the whole pie at once, or are you serving it by the slice?
So Webpack is like that pizza place that decides to bake the entire massive party-sized pizza before you've even walked in the door. It bundles every single part of your application up front before serving you anything.
And here's how it works. Webpack starts at one single file, your entry point, right? And from there, it just crawls through everything, every single connection, every library, and painstakingly glues it all together into this one giant bundle. It's only after all that work is done that the server is ready to go.
Now, Vite comes along and just flips the whole table over. It takes an on-demand approach. With Vite, it's like you've got this master chef, all the ingredients are prepped, they're ready to go. The second you say, I want a slice of pepperoni, bam, it's made, it's hot, and it's in front of you.
So how does it do that? Well, Vite's server starts up almost instantly because it doesn't do any of that upfront bundling, not a bit. Instead, it pulls this really clever trick using a modern feature that's already built right into your browser, native ES modules. So basically, the browser itself asks for files only when it needs them. It's a true just-in-time system for your code.
Okay, so that's the theory. Two totally different philosophies. But how does this actually stack up in the real world? Let's ditch the theory and look at the actual numbers from the source analysis, which put these two head-to-head.
And the results for just starting up the dev server? They're kind of staggering. In the case study, Webpack took a full 6 seconds to get going. Vite, 376 milliseconds. Yeah, you heard that right. That's more than 15 times faster. That is literally the difference between going to make a cup of coffee versus just starting to code.
And it's not just about starting up. Hot module replacement, or HMR, that's the magic that happens when you save a file and see the change in your browser, right? With Webpack, that took about 1.5 seconds. With Vite, because it only has to swap out one tiny piece, the change is pretty much instant.
Okay, but hold on. Speed isn't everything, right? The other side of this coin is all about control. And honestly, just looking at these two configuration files side by side, it tells you pretty much the whole story. See, Vite is all about simplicity. It just works out of the box. It's designed to get you up and running fast. Webpack, though, its complexity is actually its biggest strength. You have to tell it everything, where to start, where to put the output, how to handle different files. But that gives you this incredibly fine-grained control. And for massive, super complex systems, that kind of control is absolutely essential.
So what's the takeaway here? The main thing to get is that this isn't about one tool being better. It's a classic trade-off. It all boils down to one question. What's more important for your project right now? Raw speed or absolute control?
And this table here just lays it all out perfectly. Vite is the champion of dev speed and simplicity. It's an amazing choice for new projects, prototypes, you name it.
Webpack, on the other hand, is the master of control, making it perfect for those huge, complex apps that have really specific needs. And here's the kicker. You'd think Vite would win everywhere, but the source material found that Webpack can sometimes create a smaller final file for production. And that's huge for user performance.
In this quote from the author of the thesis we're looking at, it just nails this point. There's no single winner across the board. The final result really depends on the project and how you've got things set up. It's just not that simple.
Which leaves us with this really interesting question to think about. Vite's whole magic trick, right? It works because it leans on modern browsers to do the heavy lifting. So, as browsers keep getting smarter and more powerful, you gotta wonder, are we heading towards a future where we might not even need these big, complex bundlers at all?